Hi, this is Milbor. I love my recumbent bike. To build a recumbent bicycle, it is necessary to obtain and assemble numerous parts, the frame tubing, the wheels, and so forth, which may be obtained from a variety of used bicycles. Secondarily, it is important to create a jig on which the bicycle may be assembled for optimum alignment. And thirdly, it is important to study and understand the kinematics of the desired design, such that it may be proportioned appropriately and with due regard to the physical forces at work on a bicycle. Beginning with the last mentioned objective, we will attempt to give a rational account of the impacts and strains to which the various parts of a bicycle are subjected, noting that the present type of rear-wheel drive bicycle is the outcome of extensive experimentation over the years, and that the prior large front driving wheel, straight fork, and curved backbone was a model of simplicity of construction, but with the introduction of a smaller driving wheel, driven by gearing from the pedals, and the consequent greater complexity of the frame, there was more scope for variation of form of the machine, i.e., the recumbent or low-riding bicycle. Because this design effectively forms a beam which carries a load, namely the rider, and is supported at 2 points, namely the wheel centers, it is necessary to determine the dimensions and material properties that will best execute the objective in question, as for example noting that to allow steering this beam must be divided into 2 parts that are connected by a hinge joint, often referred to as the steering head. Forgiving upon, we will now turn to the motion of the wheels, where we recognize that it is important to keep in mind that if one wheel rolls on the circumference of another, the curve described by a point on the circumference of the rolling wheel, called the epicycloid or the hypocycloid, accordingly as the rolling lies outside or inside the fixed wheel. The curves must be taken into consideration when investigating the theory of toothed wheels as are used in the recumbent bicycle. Assuming the diameter of the epicycloid and the hypocycloid are each 1/3 the diameter of the fixed circle, the divisions along the path of the center of the rolling wheel will not be equal to those along the circumference of the rolling wheel, but the divisions along the fixed and rolling wheels will however correspond. A particular case occurs when the diameter of the rolling wheel equals the radius of the fixed wheel, the hypocycloid in this case reducing to a straight line, which is the diameter of the fixed wheel. Of course, if the tracing point does not lie on the circumference of the rolling wheel, the curve that is traced is an epitrochoid or hypotrochoid, and the involute of the rolling wheel may be determined in combination with the point on the original circumference. Hence, the mechanism and the path described by the pedal of the recumbent bike may be deduced for all cases of point paths and linked mechanisms under the rotation action of the wheels. Noting as an aside, in a bicycle with equal wheels, the vertical jolting communicated to the seat by one of the wheels passing over an obstacle is proportional to the horizontal distance of the seat from the center of the other wheel, the horizontal pitching to the vertical distance from the center of the other wheel. With wheels of different sizes, the average angular speeds are inversely proportional to specific bisecting chords